And if you keep an open mind and you're flexible, then it'll make it easier to adapt. And I think that's one thing that you need to do as an entrepreneur, because honestly, you never really know how it's supposed to work. But you put your best foot forward every single day. You work on being 1% better.
And what would be your advice when it comes to the way they can balance their lives, their personal, their entrepreneurial life, and maybe even their family's lives?
I always say that there is no balance. Honestly, there is. Okay. There is a balance that you can strive, and I think understanding why you're in the spaces that you're in, being intentional about the time that you give. Start with clarity of purpose, but allow yourself to be flexible enough.
Hello, my name is Sikiwa Lushaba, and you are on the marketplace. I'd first like to thank our partners, Bahle Gallery, where we are hosting our episode today. I'd like to thank IMG'N Graphics, our videographer and cinematographer. And today we have a very special guest, the CEO and founder of Coils, Miss Wezizwe Ginindza. And having not forgotten that the marketplace is a platform that facilitates conversations that inform, that connect, and that empower. And I would like to welcome you on our platform.
Thank you, Spiro. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, and also it's a great opportunity for me to also just grow and learn from you as well. Today. So thank you for having me.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we can start off with maybe you introduce yourself as well as introduce what you do, your entrepreneurial journey as well.
Well, good morning again. Thank you've already shared. My name is Wezizwe Ginindza, based, born and bred in the kingdom of Eswatini. So, where my entrepreneurship journey started, I think I've always been exposed to it. I'll start with that from a very young age, my early teens. But I would say that my entrepreneurship journey, my personal journey, began in 2021. When I founded my Coils. It was always in my head for probably about a year before that, and it was birthed during the COVID period. So my Coils is a natural hair care brand that focuses on production and manufacturing natural hair care products. And these products are basically catered for your coily hair, almost like mine. Your coily
you have amazing hair, by the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Your coily hair, your afro-textured hair, your kinks, to be able to just grow your hair. That's part of what our products do, to maintain it on a daily and just managing our hair textures. And to repair some of the damage that maybe chemicals have caused. Sometimes it can be relaxed and you're transitioning, or just damage that is caused in terms of like scalp issues and the like. And the other aspect of my Coils is the hair care education. I think that is probably at the heart and at the core of my Coils, that before the products were birthed, it was the love for understanding African hair textures, learning what best to use to be able to achieve the results that we want, and sharing that information on public platforms such as your Instagram. At that time, when I would work with other brands, I really, really enjoyed hair care education. And I think besides the products, I do believe that informing people on how to manage and how to take care of their natural hair is very key, because there's a lot to unlearn.
Oh, that's amazing. So what started the journey with what made you start Coils?
It was passion for hair, passion for understanding natural hair textures, and what really goes into making them coily, like where your curls come out. And I also I think my personal journey as well, learning to embrace my hair. I wasn't always a natural hair girly. I went through the relaxed, and having started afresh, I think around 2019, I was like, okay, I want to start differently. And that journey really informed what I then started to enjoy. What really goes into product formulation, what type of ingredients do people use to achieve the results that they want. And for me, that meant nature. And loving, being a lover of nature, I started thinking, okay, what can I use in the kitchen? What can I use in nature to be able to formulate, products that actually are effective and work. So so it's those things. It's the passion, the love for our hair texture as Africans, and the love for hair care formulation, and just digging deeper into that research. I think the combination of the two helped me really start my Coils. And I think the most important part was the people that I had in mind when I was making the products, the kind of women that I'd want to use the product, which speaks to embracing your natural hair at each and every stage, whether it's short, whether it's long, and wearing it confidently. I think that was also important for me, that you can wear it in corporate. You don't have to cover it. You can wear it out in the outdoors and summer, and still rock your fro.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the feedback from your customers, the ladies who were actually using your products or are using your products?
Sure.
In different environments or different industries, as you've already alluded to the fact that some are in the corporate, some are in different places. What was the feedback from them in as far as the Coils is concerned?
The feedback has been incredible. I remember when I started, I sometimes think to myself, and I'm like, what are people really buying into this idea? Because it's always in your head. And so by the time you have it out in the market and people are very excited about it and excited about you and very proud of you, the feedback was very encouraging. Okay. I'll start with that. I think it's what has pushed me to where we are now in 2025. And I do. There's also good and bad feedback. The bad feedback, because I am a self-taught formulator, helped me actually improve my formula. So I'm so grateful. So I'd have personal relationships, and I'd strive to have personal relationships or some sort of relationship with my clients. Whether they got the product from the salon, it's like, okay, reach out to my Coils through this number if you have any feedback. And also some of the salon staff that I would train on how to use the products and how to sell the products would give me the feedback. So I'd always be consistent with that. And they'd be like, okay, sis, I'm gonna but so after so long. And for me, that posed a challenge. It made me go back to the books. It made me go back to the research to say, okay, what else can be done, with the little resources that I have. So I'm so grateful for that, because I think that the formulas that are existing now, it's because of that feedback. And then, of course, the great feedback, that has kept us motivating to see that people's hairlines are growing, and people are actually telling you, if I'm at a consumer fair, where they actually like, listen, girl, whatever you put into it, it's really brought back that confidence to see those stories, to see ladies that have struggled with alopecia, which is a hair loss condition. Okay. When your scalp starts, when your hair starts balding, to see people just braiding, it's like, okay, that's great, and to have people going like, you know what, there's nothing else that works for my braids and for maintaining my hair, speaking to like corporates besides that. It's quick, it's easy, and it addresses all the issues. And so that's also the feedback that I get. So which makes me confidently know and understand that actually the products work. Okay. And this is what they work for, and I'm excited about what more I can bring to the market.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So I've been following Coils, especially online on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been seeing the way that Coils has been advertising and the different collaborations you are doing. And I believe you also have a masterclass
Yes,
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 on
we had
YouTube.
that.
I believe that the most successful businesses are the ones that keep up with trends. And in order to keep up with trends, you should be ever learning and
Yes.
never stop learning.
Yes.
In 2023, you went to Mandela, Washington.
Yeah.
So what was the impact of Mandela, Washington? The things that you learned there, the skills and different aspects that you learned there that assisted you with regards to how you do business today and how you do entrepreneurship today.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. I'll forever be grateful for my Mandela Washington Fellowship experience in 2023.
Okay.
It met me at a time when I decided that, okay, let me leave everything and put everything aside and just focus on this brand and to see what actually I can do and to understand the business very well. And so that's all I was focusing on that year. And so when I finally got the call to go, I was in shock, but also so grateful that I actually get to engage with other entrepreneurs, and that's what going there. Now the experience being there, man, it was mind opening. I think it taught me to not only drive my business with just passion, but there's a learning that has to be done. There's research that needs to be done. You need to be aggressive with certain things. And I think I wasn't really much on that side. It was always like, oh, this is nice. This is nice. The packaging is nice. And it ends there. But you really realize that for your business to grow, you need to think differently. You need to operate things and operate differently as an individual as well. So it opened my mind to the kind of things that I need to start thinking about if I want to grow the business to where I envision it to be. And so starting with pitch decks, simple as that, getting your story right, getting your facts right, knowing how to sell your business to anyone and in any room. That experience at the fellowship built that confidence within me, and it helped me know how to go about it. And then also part of scaling is where to look for the money. There is money out there, and sometimes as entrepreneurs we might not have it all, but if you're able to leverage some of the communities that you have around you, if you're able to reach out to institutions and meet you ready as well to sell your business, think about those things. And I am in the manufacturing space. I know I started and still am in the kitchen, but I could actually see how I could move to a manufacturing facility, breaking down those processes to be able to understand the bigger picture and learning how to implement. Because I think we get so stuck. I got so stuck in thinking about it, envisioning it. But what Mandela Washington Fellowship did is like, okay, let's get to the doing. I also built very meaningful and rich networks. I know now that if I'm struggling with something, I have someone that I can call to be like, okay, let's understand this Excel sheet. How do I break it down? The technical stuff. That's great. And people to also encourage me in my journey, to just remind me that you're doing okay. Also tell me the truth that I think you're sleeping on some of these things. Think outside of the box this way. And what the fellowship also does is to bring different entrepreneurs. Well, I was in the business track. So I was dealing with people in business, businesswomen, businessmen, young, and energetic. So we're brought into this one space. I think there's 25 of us, different, doing different things. I was really blessed to have people that were also in the space that I was in, from South Africa, from Senegal, from my roommate as well, I'm just forgetting, from Congo as well, So it was really, really nice to hear what they're doing in the different countries, what resources they have, and identifying that actually those are some of the ingredients that I'd use. So when I scale now, I have these networks and my value chain is quite set in that, okay, now I know where to go, and for them vice versa as well. So it was really nice. I do think that the biggest thing that I walked away with was that rich network. because I'll have them for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'll have them for the rest of my life, and I can grow with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So still on the Mandela Washington Fellowship,
Okay.
I believe you interacted with other business people.
Yes.
Maybe from America as well as other fellows from other countries who are already doing business, and because we are doing this show for other young people, other entrepreneurs watching, what would be your observation or even advice to them with regards to the mindset that other young people or other entrepreneurs have in other African countries or even in America? What did you observe in as far as the mindset is concerned when it comes to business as compared to entrepreneurship or businesses in Eswatini? And how can we best rise to their level as Emaswati business owners or entrepreneurs towards moving to the vision of first world for most businesses in Eswatini?
Sure. All right. Cool. I think to summarize that experience that I had in the United States, as part of the Mandela Washington Fellowship program, as well as my personal experience.
Okay.
I would say that to any entrepreneur, either in Eswatini or not, that I think start.
Okay.
The biggest thing would be start, but start with clarity of purpose. Okay. Why? You know, clarity of purpose, but also for them to understand that they need to be flexible in the journey of entrepreneurship.
Okay.
I think entrepreneurship business comes with so many complexities. It comes with many tests, some to test your business and some to test you personally.
Okay.
And if you keep an open mind and you're flexible, then it'll make it easier to adapt. And I think that's one thing that you need to do as an entrepreneur. You need to adapt with trends. You need to adapt to economic changes, fluctuations, price changes. You need to adapt to your community. Your community is ever changing, especially in my line of work. Oh man, like it's the beauty industry. It's forever changing. So I think adaptability is very key. But also if you start with purpose and you're clear about your purpose, even as trends change, you'll see that with some of the successful businesses, there's something at the core of who they are. They may change, but they change around who they are, and the story is not lost. The purpose of the business is not lost, because I think entrepreneurs are dreamers.
That's true.
When we start, we're trying to fill some sort of gap in the economy. We're imagining ourselves to be a puzzle in this bigger picture, a piece of a puzzle. We're imagining ourselves solving issues or improving our communities, and I think that's what drives us. So if we really understand and are very clear about our purpose as business owners, as businesses, and who we are as well. So I think that's one thing that I try to allow come out in my business, who I am, and hopefully then we'll grow from that as well.
And I believe that's very important for entrepreneurs, especially in our country and beyond. I also went to Yali, but the RLC one,
the original one. All right. Nice.
So what we were taught is that we should pay forward.
Yes.
Meaning we should, if we have been empowered, we should also empower other people. We should also empower our communities and our country. And I also note that Coils also has master classes on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, master classes and then the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm driving to the point that the education part of your product. Why is it important for people to be educated, in as much as it is important for people to use the product?
I think there's so many products that we have on the shelves.
Okay.
There's an influx, and sometimes a person that's just starting their natural hair care journey might not know where to start.
Okay.
Do I start on with the leave-in? Should I have the growth oil first? Should I go for the butter? Should I go for the deep conditioner? What is that? What's the difference between conditioning and deep conditioning?
Okay.
When do I treat? How often do I treat to get the results that I want? Because all that we want is results. We all want beautiful hair.
Yeah.
We want it to grow. We want it we want to have a hairline, a healthy hairline.
Yeah.
And so when I thought about building when I started the brand, I thought about those individuals. Where do you start? And so for me, it's a privilege to be able to offer a product, but also offer a platform where we can grow as natural hair care enthusiasts or beginners or wherever you are in your natural hair care journey, to be able to come and learn and understand. And we launched the first of its kind. It was last year.
Okay.
I think it was around April, May.
Okay.
And it wasn't just me, because people are used to me just teaching about hair, although I was there at the forefront, but bringing people that I've grown with in the journey, but who are also experts in that field.
Okay.
So when we came together and we had the masterclass, it was an opportunity to learn about those things like hair porosity, because knowing that allows you to understand which products you use, how to use the products, and also better to advertise my Coils product. So education is very important, because without that education, you might not be able to use the products well, to be able to achieve the results. Yeah. And we don't want to just sell the product. At least know that for your hair type or for your goals, maybe start with this package. Okay. You know, and then from there we move on to that. So I think that's why hair care education is very important. And also there's a lot we need to unlearn. That a lot of knowledge that has been passed down. And if you'd ask anyone, why do we have to blow dry? You know, it was we found people already doing it. Some people in my family are already doing it. And then you learn that actually maybe I just need to use my fingertips. Maybe I don't need to use heat. Or even if I do use heat, how do I protect my hair to avoid the damage? You know, it's things like that I'm really passionate about speaking about and teaching about. And my Coils masterclasses offer me that platform to not just speak about or sell you the bottle, which is what you'll see on our social media platforms, but to speak about why exactly the bottle or this product exists. And then the YouTube is our newest baby. We launched it last month, and it is also another platform that will be used to share my Coils story, and I think that's the first video that's up already. And also another platform for people to go to save those videos on how to best use the products and how to best care for their hair as well. And I also want that to be a platform to have hair care conversations. So these are the platforms that I have been leveraging to be able to advertise the products and to teach more about hair care, natural hair care.
Nice. Yeah. So growing a brand isn't a small feat. So what challenges have you faced whilst growing Coils, and how did you overcome those challenges, and who assisted you in overcoming those challenges?
That's it's always a tough question, Phil. I would say that the biggest challenge, and also one right now for me, is scaling. I'm growing, and when I mean scaling, for me, what scaling looks like is to move from home-based business to having a facility, because that way you meet the standards to be able to export. You know, so scaling is there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of administration that goes into it. So that's where I am, and that needs funding, that needs financing, capital. And that's been the biggest challenge. But I think, just like I was sharing earlier, the experience that I had at the fellowship helped me gain that confidence to be like, I can sell the business. And I know also what goes into growing the business and how much is needed. I think breaking that process down from the manufacturing to salaries to what does it look like in the next 5 years, and breaking those things down has helped me overcome. So I would say that part of overcoming this challenge of scaling is having to go back to the drawing board. And I couldn't have done it without the like-minded entrepreneurs around me. So your networks, my networks, help me overcome that. I think sticking or keeping people close to me that will always encourage me, but not just encourage me with words, but will assist me with the thinking and help me break those things down and bring their different expertise as well, which has really helped me, because I think the technical side of things is as important as the pretty and the beautiful product. So I also think that my family has played a huge role in that. I think I spend a lot of time with them, and they have been my biggest support system. They have been my biggest encouragers as well. So I have a really good group around me. And then also institutions like ENIDC. But of course that, you have to go and believe in yourself and go forward. And there's many other institutions like the Youth Fund. There's many institutions like the government. I think this conversation, I came at a time where, and we're at a time actually where this conversation around entrepreneurship and how the government itself and what can do to assist young entrepreneurs, or maybe not young, but entrepreneurs, either in agriculture, beauty, and in other different industries. How best can the government assist these people? And I think there's been great work done at a ministry level, and keeping our eyes on those things really, really helps, because it gives a lot of information. So yeah, I'd say that's how I've been able to overcome.
And what I'm getting is that as an entrepreneur, you cannot be just an island. You need the support system from home as well as from other businesses or enterprises to help you scale up, to help you grow, to help you start. So maybe to go back to what you studied, how did industrial and economic sociology, how did it help you to lead more strategically?
So my master's in industrial and economic sociology, I think, really shaped my mind and my thinking. From the get-go, when I started the business, it wasn't very difficult to set up value chains. I think maybe that's because my research was really based on value chains and understanding supply chains. It really helped me set that. So it was easy to trace that, okay, where does this come from and how do I link all these things? And even if it's from South Africa, like, what does my value chain look like so that I'm able to start this business? And being a researcher at heart, I think it really, really helped. I don't think I'm a bookworm, but it helped to an extent. I am, and it helped me really, really focus and harness my craft very, 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 very well. So I got to not only read about it, but the focus that it brought, and also understand economic trends, industry trends. To have a better understanding of that helped me really, really start the business. I think from the technical side and the learning side of things, it really played a huge role to my starting and the beginning of my Coils. I do think that I'm mostly using a lot of those things that I learned now to also understand what scaling looks like and trying to implement those things.
So maybe getting back to Coils, what's the next step for Coils? Any new products on the horizon?
New products, yes. In terms of sharing when exactly, I cannot share the timelines, but I do have new products up my sleeves, and I'm excited about that. But really, really, my focus right now is how to grow a sustainable business, and one that has well built in systems that allow not just for me to work, but for other people that I would want to come on board to work. Building a structure or having a structure where we manufacture and to move outside from home. That has been my biggest focus. And from there, Definitely new products coming through. I want a masterclass as well, another edition this year. The YouTube is already out, so more content there, and just really pushing with the natural hair care education. Yeah, I think that's what growth looks like in the next couple of months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what would you say? What would you say? Like, how do you balance your entrepreneurial life and your personal life? And what would be your advice to other entrepreneurs when it comes to the way they can balance their lives, their personal, their entrepreneurial life, and maybe even their family's lives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say that there is no balance because all of them are so demanding. But honestly, there is.
Okay.
There is a balance that you can strive, and I think understanding why you're in the spaces that you're in, being intentional about the time that you give, and I prioritizing very well, and I say relying on your support system.
Okay.
One thing that I won't even say we as entrepreneurs, I'll say I. You want to do everything. You want to save the world now and change the world now, but you realize it happens in stages. It happens in seasons.
Okay.
And there are many different seasons within this one journey.
Okay.
And so goes to all the other parts of your life. There are different seasons that you go through. So relying heavily on your support system helps me, for me, balance these things. Communicating openly about the season that I'm in, either with my friends, my family, that helps them know how to best be there for me, and also that helps me understand how to best be there for them. And then in business, I think letting go and delegating that has helped me keep that balance. But I really think that understanding the season and prioritizing in the different seasons that you find yourself in is how you really find some sort of balance. I will not sit here and say that I probably have the best formula to balancing these things. I think that I'm still learning what balance looks like as I grow. I'm open to learning from other people, from other entrepreneurs in my space, to just understand how exactly do we do this thing. Is there balance? Does it exist? And if it does, what does it look like? I'm still learning in that front, definitely. Yeah.
So maybe going back a bit, with looking to the future.
Okay.
Entrepreneurial wise, besides Coils,
yes,
where do you see yourself maybe in the next 5 years, entrepreneurial wise?
Sure.
And maybe leadership wise as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see the institutions that I am a part of right now grow.
Okay.
Because besides being or running my Coils, there's also a marketing agency, and there's also an NGO that I have decided to really, really focus on this year. I want to see those institutions grow. I want to see the people in them grow. I do see myself contributing more to economic growth by simply creating employment in these spaces. In the NGO, I think that has really helped me in my leadership and my mentorship space. I do want to contribute to even younger people or even my age mates to just have these conversations, the difficult conversations. If I'm blessed to have people that I can continue to mentor in the next couple of years, that's how I want to give back. In the form of sharing my story, in the form of walking a journey with someone that needs someone to walk the journey with them. Entrepreneurship wise as well. I think I already spoke about the growth of the business. I do want to see the businesses grow. Leadership wise, I've never had to think about that, but I do want to be known as a thought leader in the space that I am in. and I know it might sound weird, but in hair, in hair
Yeah.
care, I do want to be to play a key role in that space. And I'm really blessed that I come in a movement where I started the brand in a time where there actually is conversations around natural beauty. There's conversations about African hair textures, and so I want to be a part of that movement in the smallest way that I can be, in the context that I'm in the Kingdom of Eswatini. If I can drive that conversation about business, women in business, and women in the beauty space as well, and women in leadership, young women in leadership.
Nice. So let's say you had the superpower of speaking to every entrepreneur in Eswatini and maybe beyond.
Sure.
What one advice would you love to pass on to them, whether as startups or as an entrepreneur? One advice you would love to pass
on to them. It would be to start with clarity of purpose, but allow yourself to be flexible enough along the journey. Yeah.
So how do you hope your work influences the conversation about African beauty as well as identity and entrepreneurship?
Sure. I think what just to draw back from what I'd mentioned earlier is that I'm privileged to have started the business and joined the industry at a time where the conversation around African beauty, identity, was already existing and was already a conversation being had. So for me to join that, I want to just contribute my own voice in that space, and I've done that through the hair care education, and I want to continue in that way. I also have done that by manufacturing, producing natural hair care products that, at the core, or I'd say their value of my coils, its values are really hinged on authenticity, sustainability, and community, and that's what I would want to bring to the industry at a local level, which is in the kingdom, and I'm very, very, very proud that it's a product born here, and to see it leave the borders is a dream of mine, and so and to have it grow and to be on other shelves will be, I think, the mark that I can make in that conversation and in that space. Yeah.
So I just want to stretch your mind a bit.
Sure.
So if you had the opportunity to speak to a 16-year-old you, as well as a 50-year-old you, what would like two advices you would give to both a 16-year-old you and a 50-year-old you?
So to the side and to that side. Well, this one is going to take a lot of thought, hey? 16-year-old me. Can we do 1-1?
Okay, it's fine. We can do 1-1.
Sure. 16-year-old me, I would say, I think, believe in yourself enough to try. Don't get stuck in your head. Yeah, that's what I tell 16-year-old. Believe in yourself enough to try and don't get stuck in your head about it. 50-year-old me, what else can you do to make sure the people coming behind you are okay? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a very good one. So maybe as a parting shot, from the conversation that we had today, what would be one thing that you would want our viewers to remember, even if they forget everything that you say, but this one thing they should always remember, and if possible implement it in their own businesses or in their own lives? What would be that one thing?
I think I'll keep going back to this point. The one thing that I'd want you to remember, or the two things rather, is that it's important to start.
Okay.
You will never know up until you do. If it's either registering that business at SEDCO or you're going to the ministry to do that, start. But start with clarity. Understand why you're doing it, the purpose, your purpose. And then after you've started, understand that there'll be hurdles, there'll be tests for both your business and you. And so you need to be very flexible so that you're able to adapt and you're not swallowed by the winds. You know, you're not blown away rather by the winds. But in fact, you're able to stand firmly because you allowed yourself to adapt and you weren't so stuck in this was how it's supposed to work. Because honestly, you never really know how it's supposed to work. But you put your best foot forward every single day. You work on being 1% better every single day. And you just hope and pray that it actually amounts to something at the end. So if you're able to adapt and change, I think that's the best thing that you can do for yourself as an individual, because I think that's what business is going to do. It's going to grow you. Things you can never ever learn in a business, in a classroom. It will also grow your business as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Stu, for having me.
Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence and honoring the invite. And this has been a very empowering and insightful conversation.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for having me.
And as well, thank you to our viewers for tuning in and watching us today. And I wouldn't be doing justice if I didn't thank Bahle Gallery for hosting us today. Thank IMG'N Photography for capturing such amazing moments, because moments are there to be captured so that in the near future we may reference back to those moments and somebody might be assisted by watching such moments. And as we always say that we facilitate conversations that inform, that empower, and that connect. My name is Sipiwo Lushaba, and you were on The Marketplace. Thank you.